Hi, my name is Arely Garcia. I am 28 years old and I am part of the Coachella Multiple Subject Credential Program. Um, and a little bit about working with low income families. I myself came from a low income family community. I myself continue to live in a lower income community um, because I love my community. Um, I come from a agriculture farming community, and I come from low income families, first generation of immigrant families. Many of the families that I work with or gotten the chance to work with is that many of these parents, um, highest level of education has been first grade. Some of these parents don't know how to read or write. Um, so many of these parents are don't know much about school. Um, don't know much about how the school system works, and probably struggle in finding ways to support their kids. Working with families that come from a um, low income background requires to be culturally responsive, um, because it's important to understand the culture and understand the student's background, and that comes by understanding um, how their knowledge is formed, how their funds of knowledge is formulated, how they the way that they think, the way that they process things. I know my community. I myself used to come from that. My parents actually, um, highest level education was uh fourth grade, and I to be first generation family, like it's I feel like it says a lot to the students, and to see that many of the students are seeing that I come from the same background and I'm now coming back and serving my community, and because I want to give back, and I understand their struggles, and they have someone that they can look up to that looks like them, that have come back from the same background, can really say a lot to a student. And I definitely think that understanding your community is important. Understanding what the community needs, understanding um how the community functions really will shape the way that the education system in their schools will be impacted. And I know how my community is. I know their needs, I know their struggles, I know and I understand where they're coming from. I know that sometimes the frustration is that they wish that they can do more, but they don't know the language, and or they don't know how to help. And just being able to provide that outlet for them, being able to provide them with the right resources, being able to provide them with the right knowledge of information, um the right guidance, provide them with flexibility for them, would truly impact a lot of these families. And I think it's I understand that many of the families that I work with don't have internet, um and don't have the devices, this iPads and all of these fancy devices that we might use. So being a teacher in these communities is taking account all of that, considering all of those things, and finding ways to support them and provide that equity that we talk about, that same opportunity, but in a different way. If some of the students might not have the funds to do a project, how can I help them? I understand that they might not have the funds. What are other ways that we can find in a creative way, or resources that they can use from their home or community? Um, if a lot of my parents work in agriculture, how about we use fruit or vegetables or things like that to build something or create something using their community, their background, their funds and knowledge, using their resources that they already have, will truly enrich the learning environment for many of these students. And I think it's it requires a lot, but it really comes from, it narrows it down to being culturally responsive and when teaching, and understanding the students and the backgrounds, and that comes with building those relationships. And I feel like I might know that because I myself come from that background. Thank you. You have a wonderful day.